my dear students, how are you? I hope all are good. Today let me start SST chapter number 19, growing up as a boy and girl. So we will read this chapter, growing up boy and girl, यानी कि as a boy, as a girl आप कैसे grow करते हैं, ये इस chapter में हम पढ़ेंगे. Factors responsible for gender inequality, different types of gender inequality, division of labor within the family, gender empowerment, contribution of social reformers in the field of gender equality and empowerment of women, invisibilization of women's labor, measures to achieve gender equality. Okay, let's begin. Being a boy or a girl is an important part of one's identity, है ना? Being a girl or boy कि क्या है, ये आपकी आइडेंटिटी होती है. The society we grow up in teaches us what kind of behavior is acceptable for girls and boys. तो जो सोसाइटी है, जो हमारा समाज है, ये एक चीज ये बाउंड मतलब वो कर देता है क्रिएट कि लड़कियों की क्या जिम्मेदारी है, लड़की क्या करना होता है, लड़कों को क्या करना होता है. ठीक है, तो किसके द्वारा? हमारे समाज के द्वारा डिसाइड किया जाता है. What boys and girls can or cannot do. We often grow up thinking that these things are exactly the same everywhere. We will learn that most societies value men and women differently. The roles women play and the work they do are usually valued less than the roles men play and the work they do. When distinction is made between males and females and unequal treatment is meted out to boys and girls in different fields, it is called gender inequality. कि लड़कियों के साथ अलग बिहेव होता है, लड़कों के साथ अलग बिहेव होता है. All through the ages, women on the basis of gender have always been discriminated in almost all the societies of the world. Sexual differences is biological, but gender differences is sociological. ठीक है, जो जेंडर जो लिंग डिफरेंसेस होता है वो क्या होता है, वो सामाजिक तौर पे होता है. Right from their childhood, girls are deprived of an equal access to healthcare, education, and economic rights as the male of their society get. Gender inequality in Indian access in terms of gross population, literacy, sex ratio, socio-economic status, and opportunities. Factors responsible for gender inequality. Women suffered from many disabilities. The chief among them were the following. कुछ मुख्य यहाँ पे दिए गए हैं. नेग्लेक्ट ऑफ फीमेल एजुकेशन. आज भी ये धारणा बनी हुई है कि लड़कों को ज्यादा पढ़ाओ, लड़के कामयाब होते हैं, कमाते हैं, घर का खर्चा चलाते हैं, लड़कियां शादियों के दूसरी घर जाते हैं, तो इनको ज्यादा पढ़ाना जरूरी नहीं है. आफ्टर ऑल इन्हें बनानी तो बाद में रोटी है. पेरेंट्स यूजुअली ट्रीट देयर सन्स एंड डॉटर्स डिफरेंटली. while sons are given better educational facilities and also more opportunities for development in field other than academics, daughters are expected to learn household works. It was considered quite useless to educate them as they were neither required to seek employment nor to study scriptures. Number 2, discrimination against the girl child. The birth of girl child is considered as a liability in any family because a lot of money have to spend on her at the time of her marriage. है ना, इसलिए चाहते कि लड़कियां ज्यादा पैदा ना हो, इनकी शादी में बहुत पैसा खर्च होगा. With a few exceptions, discrimination is made in offering food to a male child and female child. ठीक है, कुछ exceptions है, मतलब आज भी low status of women in the society, है ना, जो महिलाएं हैं उनका औहदा थोड़ा कम है. A woman was socially subordinate to men one way or the other. She had seldom been permitted to live independently. She has been considered inferior to man. Female infanticide. In several places, the birth of a girl is considered as a curse even today. They are killed at the time of birth. This shows that they have no right to live. With the development of modern techniques, sex elective abortions take places in country. Different types of gender inequality. There are many types of gender inequality, but the chief of them are inequalities in the social and economic field. Economic aspects of gender. The Industrial Revolution in England in the 18th century introduced significant changes. Women now stepped outside their homes and took up jobs in schools, factories, and offices. Economic necessities rise in education, pressure of urbanization, nuclear setup of families, and consumerism all contributed to women joining diverse field of work in India. Women are engaged both in the informal and formal sectors of the economy. Women in informal sector. In this sector, women are mostly employed as agricultural laborers, engaged in wedding, milling, and hoeing. They are also involved in processing and marketing of homegrown products, beekeeping, handicraft at the same time. So these women do all household work and look after the family and children. However, the informal sector does not extend benefits such as medical insurance and paid leave, and at the same time does not ensure job security either. Women in the formal sector. Women today are contributing to the formal sector of the economy, which consists of school, research institutes, bank, colleges, offices, hospital, industrials, houses, etc. Even though they enjoy many work benefits such as sick leave, maternity leave, medical insurance, etc., and have succeeded in carving a niche for themselves, they are still paid less when compared to their male counterparts. Therefore, gender equality in our society will take time to become a reality. Division of labor within the family. A clear division of labor exists on the domestic front, where women look after the home and nurture the children while men go out to work and earn their livelihood. और घर संभालती है, बच्चों को संभालती है. In most households, a woman's life revolves around the needs of her family, household chores, etc. Gender empowerment. After the independence of India, inequality was recognized as a hindrance to progress, and so various steps were taken for the empowerment of women. So the most important among these were the right to vote. The constitution states that every Indian citizen, whether it is man or woman, who is above 18 years of age, has equal right to vote. Several school, colleges and institutions have been opened to impart education to girls. There is 33% reservation for women is being compulsory in legislature. Contribution of social reformers in the field of gender equality and empowerment of women. अच्छा, कितनी कोशिश कर ली जाए, लेकिन ये अभी भी पूरा 90 या 100% ये चीजें नहीं हुई हैं. अभी भी औरतों को कमतर माना जाता है, नीची दृष्टि से देखा जाता है. अभी भी उन्हें सोचा जाता है कि घर का काम करती हैं औरतें. अगर उनको बाहर काम करना है तो पहले आप अपना घर संभालो, उसके बाद बाहर काम करो. तो अभी भी इक्वालिटी नहीं है. In the early 19th century, the social reformers like Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, and later Swami Dayanand, Keshav Chandra Sen, Karwa Jyotiba Phule, and Sister Nivedita took up the cause of women. Many social religious reform movements like the Brahma Samaj, Ramakrishna Mission, and the Osophical Society also started movements to improve the condition of women. मतलब कितनी चीजें चलाई गई वुमेन्स की कंडीशंस को सुधारने के लिए. सर सैयद अहमद खान demanded a ban on the purdah system and polygamy in the Muslim society. The sati system and child marriage were legally banned. Polygamy was looked down upon and widow remarriage was accepted. These efforts brought improvement in the position of women in the society. बाल विवाह और सती प्रथा ये तो बंद करा दी गई, तो कुछ बेहतर होने की संभावना है. Invisibilization of women's labor. Both women and men are two faces of the same coin. एक सिक्के के दो पहलू हैं, दोनों के बिना ही काम नहीं चलता. Women's roles are often invisible. तो औरत का जो रोल है महिला का वो invisible है. Women look after their children. They have responsibility of their children from their birth till adulthood. तो सबसे ज्यादा जिम्मेदारी किसकी हुई? वुमेन की. They work for whole day as cooking food, washing clothes, washing utensils, etc. In villages, women also engage the agricultural activities. So despite their contribution, women tend to be global facilitator of development in the context of the developing world. Lack of education has pushed many women into the economy as domestic helpers, laborers, vendors, etc. So this work is not recognized. Just like women's household work is hardly recognized, so is the case outside her house, they often do not get protection from unions or employment law. The sustained efforts of social reformers, even in the face of resistance from social orthodoxy, have given impetus to the cause of gender justice. Measures to achieve gender equality. Gender equality is also a means to achieve rapid economic development. The government too has to play an active role by establishing women-friendly policies and laws. So the government realizes the double burden of women, and so it has set up Anganwadis in rural areas. In urban area, the government has made it compulsory that organization with more than 30 women employees should have creches. It has launched various schemes to promote literacy among women. Moreover, through support for training and employment program, the government is imparting training to women in latest technologies in agriculture, dairy farming, and historiculture. The Rashtriya Mahila Kosh was established in 1993 for easy approval or credit to women. To overcome gender inequality, the Constitution also provides for reservation of 1/3 seats for women in local bodies. Okay, so all topics are covered in this chapter. I hope you all are very well understand this. So we will meet you the next class. Thank you.